Okay, now it's time for the Ask Me Anything segment of the podcast where you write in, you give us your questions. I try my best to answer them. This week's question is fascinating to me. The question is, what is the end goal for understanding our charts? And that's such a personal question. That is such a you question. What is your end goal for understanding your chart? To me, I find it so liberating and so touching and so deeply awe-inducing that the sky would give me a mirror and a map of my deepest yearnings, my greatest strengths, my absolute weaknesses, my places where I need to grow, and show me what I've got to work with in this lifetime and what I need to actually actively make a choice to heal in this lifetime. I think our charts contain all of that. It's the good news and the bad news, and it's whatever you want to hear first. It's whatever you want to, take a little of the good, take a little of the difficult, and be like, okay, I've got this much, and I got to work with this much, and I got to do this much, and I need to do this. And then you mix it all together. That's your chart. So to me, the end goal of understanding our chart is to understand the potential of me, of my life. If I choose to work on myself, if I choose to heal, if I choose to move beyond my fears, if I choose to live into my potential and live as loudly as I want to, as quietly as I want to, as deeply as I need to, as subtly and as explicitly as is my right to. My chart shows me the potential of that. And at the same time, it gives me the tools and the little hey, but also make sure you do this work over here so that I can do that with greater accuracy. I mean, I don't have to know my chart. I can just go to therapy. I can develop myself. I can be in community. I can have relationships. I can have really good guidance and mentors and get the same thing. But to me, it does something to my heart, to my soul, to my being, to know that I live within an intelligent universe that is speaking to me if I want to engage in a conversation with it. And why wouldn't I want to engage in a conversation with a universe that is reflecting back to me and to all of us, to all of creation, the potential that we each have to live out itself? The universe is trying to live out its potential through this personality called Chani, through your personality called you. We are all just different rays of light from the same sun, if you will, that is expressing itself in this very unique way. And then it's going to fall back into the whole, right? We're like those in White Lotus, and the teacher says, we're just that little drop of water that rises up with the wave. And then that's our lifetime. We think we're separate and we're just an expression of that wave, of that water, of that whole ocean. And then we go right back to it. You and I are momentarily this expression of the same universal life force energy. And that universal life force energy is here to experience itself in all these different forms. So you and I really do believe are one. We are one and the same. And we're living out this experience for, I don't know what reason. I just know that we're here. I just know that it is. And so the chart, I feel, gives me a reflection, a mirror image of what the universe wanted to do when I was born through me. I'm one tiny, tiny, tiny little grain of sand, a little speck of dust of this whole thing. And so I find it really heartening. I find it really nourishing. I feel loved when I look at my chart. I feel like sometimes I have felt like, oh man, why'd I pick this one? If you believe you picked your chart before you came in to this life, some people believe that. I don't know if that's, I don't know. I'm not saying that that's my definite philosophy. I think it is, but it doesn't matter. It's just, sometimes I have felt like, I can't believe I've got to work with this chart, and I see other people's charts and they're so, It's easy. Grass is greener on the other side. And then most of the time, the older that I get, and this is the thing with your chart, the older you get, the more sense it will all make, because you're supposed to be gritty and weird and ill-fitting and gnarled and like odd, and you're supposed to stick out here and be fine here and smooth here and rugged here and like, scratchy and soft and all of it together. You're not supposed to be simple. You're not supposed to make sense. And your chart, like, it all goes together, but it doesn't all make sense together, but you've got to figure out how to make sense of it. That's beautiful. That's so weird. That's so magnificent. That's so us. Don't you think? So to me, it's like an affirmation that I'm living as part of the universe finding itself, expressing itself, experiencing itself. Maybe there's nothing more to this whole life than the universe experiencing itself through all of us. We are all the universe experiencing itself in this horror-filled, gorgeous, beautiful, loving, deranged world. I don't know why we're here. I don't know why it's like this. But the chart holds these like magic keys that I can sit down with strangers all across the world. And as long as we have a translator, as long as I can understand what I'm saying and I can understand what they're saying, their chart will tell me things about them that I would never know otherwise. I have been reading people's charts for decades, and it never ceases to amaze me. Just the kind of potential, the kind of mirroring, and the kind of seeds that are planted, that are in our charts, that are in our souls. It never ceases to amaze me how perfect of a mirror our chart is for us. So I hope that answers something for you. But my main question is, what is the end for you? What has astrology given you? What are you looking for in it? I think to the highest degree, it reflects our greatest, and it reflects our strangest and our weirdest and our most creative. And it reflects our sorrows and our pitfalls and our stumbling blocks. And it reflects all of our growth edges. And it reflects all of us. I hope you feel that when you look at your chart and when you learn about it. Thank you so much for the question.